Alrighty. This is to record.
You got a fly following us.
Yeah, there's wasps too out here, unfortunately. Alright, that's my backup, and this is the real deal. By the way, your camera is on
Oh, thank you.
Alright. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Your son, so what's Bree's dad's name? Kevin. He reminds me of myself. He's all the nerves right now.
You're always freaking out totally. At least you're not in the same house with him as we are.
Yeah, he was telling me that he was up at 5, he was stressing out. The ironic part is that people are here to see exactly what he's afraid of, which is falling apart.
Yeah.
No one wants to go to a wedding to watch a very well-pronounced speech.
Right.
They want to see someone just completely melt down.
Yeah.
All right, if I can, you're fine there actually. This is the audio source that I really will use. And I'm just gonna, normally I clip it on a belt, this is part of my reach. But in this case, I'm just gonna clip it on your lapel. Let's see here. Can you lift up your arm?
Yeah, sure.
There you go. And I'll just clip
What
it.
kind of questions?
I don't even know yet. I've been doing this so long that I get to freestyle it.
Okay.
There won't be questions about cooking. Don't worry about that. There won't be questions about sports. Something about the couple.
Yeah.
Something about the couple or the individuals. But again, don't try to can any answers because it
Yeah.
never works out. Well, it works out, but just kind of like Kevin's speech. It's not what.
Yeah.
It's not the
Right.
authentic stuff that people really want to hear. So you can just look. If I'm like looking in my camera, you
Yeah.
know, it's an awkward thing if you've never been interviewed. It's like, where do I look? Just look as if I'm here, as if I'm making eye contact.
At those
Right.
windows?
You can just look past the cameras
Just-
right here. Yeah.
just
If you ever look up,
Yeah.
as normal humans would, and I'm doing this, just you can just look past.
Okay.
And don't worry if you stumble on a word or whatever. Don't worry. There's no like, oh, should I say it again? It's conversational. So if I was meant to say construction and I said destruction, I would just I'm construction. I would just fix what I messed up. No worries. Let me see here. Let's turn this on. All right. So first one, easy one. Well, easy for me to say. If you had to identify Bree. When you think of her with of all your grandchildren, first couple words that come to mind with Bree, what do you think of with Bree? First couple words.
Happiness. She sees the positive in everything. She's unlike some other people in our family.
Don't say that.
She's a very positive person.
She's joyful,
Optimistic, happy,
joyful. I got joyful.
joyful.
You're going positive, you're going joyful. There you go. Now she's a member of a family of sisters, family of girls.
Yeah.
I got kids, but not 3 girls. Like, of those 3, like, how did that, I mean, I know that she's significantly than her youngest, but, what role does she play in that? In terms of, like, is she the troublemaker, or is she the...
Oh, Bree was the go-to sister in the house for her little sisters. I mean, she's the one that they call her Nard, and Nard has an answer for everything.
Nice.
So she's their go-to person. They adore her.
And she takes charge. She knows the girls, and she knows what to say when they're upset. She knows what to say when they're happy. She's wonderful. She's Nard. She's beautiful. She's joyful. She can solve the problem. If there's a problem, she stays calm and she can solve the problem. She's wonderful, and she has so many friends who love her. She's wonderful. What can I say?
What was she like then as a youngster? I'm thinking of, like, when classic grandparent golden times. I know for my parents, they love right now. My daughter's 4, so it's hilarious. They just get to come over and watch and laugh. What was Bree like when she was like 4, 5, 6? Do you have any?
For me, I retired the year that Bree started kindergarten, and my wife was still working. Her mom and dad were still were working, and I got to be the guy that walked her to school and picked her up, and went on field trips with them and sat in the classroom when they needed a parent there. And it was the best relationship I've ever had. I was working when my daughter was that age. I didn't get to spend all that time with Brianna.
So you got
it was a joy, total joy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we were blessed. Our kids were raised, and our other grandchildren were raised, and here along comes Brianna. She was just, like I say, a joy to everything she did, and she was very capable. She was good in school, she had many friends. She's just a joyful person.
How would you say, what do you notice about so she has obviously her joyful, positive qualities, and then Koosh came in the picture, and what did you guys notice about that relationship? It doesn't have to be, the formal thing that everybody expects to say. Anything quirky or just whatever you noticed about how that relationship kind of worked. And
nothing quirky. They complemented each other. They were happy. They made good decisions as a little couple. Yeah, they were just wonderful.
Oh yeah.
They still are.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of why we're here today. Yeah. That's amazing. Let me see. What else could we ask here? Let's go with some off-the-wall questions.
Okay.
If you guys are on, if you guys were on vacation somewhere, like say a big family vacation, right? All grandkids, all your kids. And you guys, this is the second day there. What would you say Bree is the person most likely to be doing X?
God, I don't know. That's a deep question.
What would she be doing? She'd be organizing. Yeah, and she had long hair, and I would constantly say to the girls, "Let me comb your hair. We're going to Disneyland. Let me comb your hair." Yeah. And they would scatter, So, and Bree is she's calm. She's a calm child. She thinks things through, and she found Koosh.
Yeah.
And they're much alike.
Yeah.
And they are so in love, and this is such a wonderful thing that's happening today.
What part of Koosh do you think, you mentioned they're much alike, what part of Koosh would you say really stands out that is so much like her?
He's serious, like Bree. He tends to be a serious person, a very bright person, a very look out for Bree person. It's a very, very good match.
And he also knows when to give up his opinion for hers and her suggestion for his. So.
Really important to see.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
They get along beautifully.
What about for all couples, what about where they differ? And that's not always a bad thing, but where do you think they're just like, okay, this is one thing that's uniquely Koosh, and one thing that, are there any areas where they're just like, because you mentioned they're complementary. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you can complement each other, you can be complementary without being the same, right? Are there any areas where you've noticed, Ron, that like Koosh has kind of got his own thing that's unique from Bree?
I have seen them, sort of off in the corner, and he's saying, well, and she's saying, well, and I know, but I have no idea what they're talking about because they keep it personal,
right?
So I've never ever seen them really disagree, that they're in a discussion together.
Right. Yeah, I think that's pretty common. And they seem like you said, calm, so they would never let that out. I was more talking about just kind of like, just personality-wise, but I guess they're so aligned that they're both
are.
Really.
She compliments him and he compliments her. I've never seen them terribly rattled. You know, if something comes up that takes a little thinking, they think it through.
Yeah. And today for me is living proof of that. I mean, they
Yeah.
were cool as cucumbers throughout the day.
They're the best couple in the world you want to invite over for dinner.
How so?
Because Bree says, okay, I'll bring this, this, and that. And then she walks in and she says, where's the oven? I'll cook this and I'll cook that. And then after dinner, Koosh is the first one up from the table
Awesome.
and clearing the table and washing the dishes for us. You know, they just, it's like a team, you know.
And there was one Thanksgiving where he got to the sink first and it overflowed. We don't know what happened. It got plugged, it overflowed. We pulled out the drawer, he cleaned it up. Oh, here we go, we need to do this. So, yeah, it's wonderful.
Big help. They like being there and doing things and you know, helping out. And
That's awesome.
they do help out.
That's awesome. Well, I think